Live on Facebook. Yeah.
Hello, Grace. How are you?
Hello, everybody. I'm so happy to be here.
It
A
is,
day after Halloween.
yes. Hold on one second. Okay, I want to make sure that we are live and everybody could hear us and see us. So if you're here, please do say hello. And I want to welcome everyone to the Quantum Body Awakening Show. Today is Friday. I am so excited. I don't know why. There's nothing really that exciting going on, but I'm just excited. I'm excited about life. So give me 1 second. And Grace, will you check on your end too? And we'll see if we could share this out to everyone else and see if this is showing up live. Um, Guys, leave your comments if you do see us. Do you see it?
I am not seeing it on your Facebook page, but I'm in the Quantum Body Awakening page. Is that the page you're referring to?
No, the Deepal Shah page, the Ananda for Life page. So
Okay.
I believe we are live on that
Oh,
page. I just can't get it to pull up. So I
I don't
wanted to see as people
see
were.
Ananda
Um,
for life. Why don't I see Ananda for life for you? Uh,
Hold on 1 second, Grace. All right. So as we fix our technical issues, I just want to welcome everyone here today. It is Friday. I hope you guys had an awesome Halloween. It rained a lot here for us yesterday. And so my daughter was a little disappointed because she's 11 years old and she loves Halloween just as much as I do. so, I found us, Grace. We're good. If you are here with us, please leave your comments, say hello, and share this out with everybody you know and that will be willing to find out more about back pain and more about what Grace and I do and the beautiful process that Grace will be sharing with us today. So, give me just a moment because I do want to introduce Grace to all of you who may not know Grace. And let me go ahead and turn something off so I don't get all the dings. Let's do that. All right, awesome. All right. Um, so let's see. Give me 1 second. And while you guys are sharing out, Grace, if you don't mind sharing out, while I'm just going to kind of start the recording here. So today with me, I have Grace Home. Grace is an alchemist. She is a medical intuitive and speaker with over 19 years of combined experience in healthcare and alternative healing. And we were talking about that this week, how we both have been in healthcare previously, in our previous lives, I like to call it. And she works with science, spirituality, and intuition to facilitate her clients to transform chronic health, financial, and relationship issues by shifting energetic patterns in the body from the cellular level to the etheric and from the personal to the archetypal. I can't even say it. I'm lost for words. Sorry. Her gentle presence, intuitive knowing, and powerful activations often awaken the intuitive gifts and healing abilities in others, making her a well sought after mentor to light workers and healers. And I want to welcome you, Grace, because, I've known Grace for some time now, and we've gotten closer over the last couple of weeks or months, right?
yeah.
And we've done a show before, and Grace is just a wonderful, sweet, gentle soul that I just love and have connected to over the last couple of years. And I love her work as an alchemist. She is just amazing at what she does. And what better show today as you're getting two medical intuitives in one? I just love it. The energy is just high. I mean, I can feel it already. What about you, Grace? What do you feel?
Yes, yes. And you know, everybody, I just have to say, Dippo Shah is an amazing healer herself. So it's not all me at all. And her work is just amazing. I remember the very first time you were on a show and you were doing this process on a horror point. And it's like everything just snapped together in like 4 or 5 minutes. I'm like, holy Moses. Do you know how much time it would take for someone else who's new at it to do that? To be clearing and cleaning every chocolate, this and that, and have you breathe and have you do that and make you do this, make you do that. And you came on and you just go, okay, we're gonna align this. This is, and then she just go boom, 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 boom. I'm like, God, wow, my God, Jesus.
Thank you, Grace. Thank you. I just love it. I love what I do, and I know you do too. And, there's some amazing, amazing energies happening in our consciousness right now. And I know you have an awesome process for us today, which we'll get to as well. And I just want to say, happy Halloween. Yesterday was Halloween, and I don't know. Did you see my picture as Superwoman? I mean, a Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. Yes, a Wonder Woman, everyone. That is her every day of the year, not just Halloween.
I think we all are, And you know what I love about Wonder Woman? I'll tell you, because this is why I wanted to be Wonder Woman. I wanted to be Wonder Woman for a long time, and my kids call me Wonder Woman, okay? My daughter wrote me this letter one time, and it was like, it was a birthday card or something, and she goes, "You're my Wonder Woman," because she knows how much I love Wonder Woman. I even got a bobblehead Wonder Woman. And the reason is because I love her grace, her dignity, her strength, and her power that she portrays, right? And if you really think about it, Wonder Woman symbolizes many of the values of a woman's culture that the now trying to introduce into the mainstream, right? The strength and self resilience for women, sisterhood, and that mutual support among women is so strong, right? And she also portrays this sense of peacefulness and the self esteem and esteem of human life, right? Her role is just magnificent for like these young kids that are in this world right now going through so much more stuff than we ever did. All the bullying and all the chaos, the guns and this and that. I mean, it could be a scary world out there. I mean, I can't imagine going through school right now and not knowing what's going to be my next moment, and I just love her role. I used to watch her in the TV series Wonder Woman, and I just love Wonder Woman, and she is my hero. Do you happen to have a hero yourself, Grace, that you want to share with us?
Oh my goodness, I wasn't expecting that. Do I
I
have a
know I threw that one at you, didn't I?
Yeah, you know, my hero is Jane Goodall. She was always my hero because what she represents to me is this. She's this amazing woman who's doing so much for the planet, but she isn't selling herself out in any way, you know. She stayed true to herself through and through from the very beginning. She never had to change herself for anybody. And I so relate to her gentleness and quietness and shyness. And I'm like, good for her for keeping it real for herself. And how powerful is that to just keep it real and have a powerful agenda for what she wants to do with her life and saving the planet. And it takes someone that gentle and that intuitive to be able to do cross species communication. I mean, that is such an amazing gift that few people acknowledge her for. So Jane is one of the most intuitive people on the planet to be able to do this interspecies communication for so long and no one ever acknowledged her for, right? I mean,
Yeah.
she's been tapping into her intuition to connect with animals, with chimpanzees, and doing that in science for so
Mm.
long. And as a scientist, as a woman, as a humanitarian, she embodies intuitive gifts through and through in every role that she chooses to play in this life. And so it's like, wow.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And I know we have so many people joining us today. And thank you, Grace, for sharing that because I think everybody has a hero. And guys, if you're joining me live, tell us who your hero is because I always am curious as to who people look up to, who's their role model, right? It's always so much fun to share that information. So we have a couple of people here today, and I just want to do a little shout out. Hello, Fatima. Welcome. Hello, Joanne. She says, you are two of my favorite and go to people for sure. Hello, Adam. Says hello, Grace and Deeple. Welcome, guys. And I'm just looking to see if there are other um, people. Yes, Chun is here. Janie's here. Let's see. Oh, Janie has something to tell us. She says, I'm so sorry to tell you, my sister Laura passed 2 days ago. Thank you for helping me. I also still have pain in my neck, shoulders, and upper arms. So, you know what, Janie? I really do love the fact that you're here and you're sharing this with us today. And we all want to, you know what? Let's just take about, just a few seconds just to send our light to Laura, if you don't mind, Grace. Can we do that?
Okay, yes.
Let's just send our light and everybody out there. Let's just send our light to Laura. Help her transition over, giving Janie and her family the strength. Thank you. And I'll be sure to light a candle today for her. Yeah. Um, I know how that must feel. Well, actually, I don't. I don't know how it feels to lose a sibling, and my sincere love goes out to you. So, Chun is here today. Hello, Deepal and Grace. Anita, need help? Okay. All right, guys, make sure you share this out. The more you share it, the greater that will be for not only for you, but it brings the community together so that we can share our light and healing with the world. So be sure to share this out. Not only that, but the more you share, the person who shares the most will receive a free 20-minute session from me. And I'm also going to give away a free MP3. So there's two people who could win, okay? So be sure to share this, all right, as wherever you can. So let's see. So for those of you who are joining, you know what? One of Anita Patel says Mother Teresa was an awesome role model. And yes, she was. She was an amazing role model. Um, and then I don't know if anybody else posted who their role model is, but guys, if you have not posted your role model, please do let us know who your role model is. So, Grace, we've been talking and you are coming out with a book pretty soon. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. Oh my God. I am so excited to be writing this book, and it's all about listening to your body. And it's going to take out all the mumbo jumbo about intuitive gifts and all that stuff, because I think, in the past, people seem to think that being intuitive, being this, that, there's like a million different fancy words, right? Like clairvoyance, clairaudience, claircognizance, blah, blah, blah. I want to take all that out, demystified intuition, so that every single person will be able to learn to listen to their body. And this is especially critical for anyone who grew up with without a self-sufficient identity, like someone overrides how you're feeling, someone overrides what you say a lot. I don't know about you, but in my experience in life, even though I have been intuitive all my life, like all of you are intuitive too. But for, oh my gosh, I'm gonna say for more than a decade and a half, I was so medicated because I work in healthcare, I was stressed out. That was the only solution, that I totally gave over my authority of my body, my entire body, my eyes. I go to the eye doctor, my teeth, I go to the dentist, everything I gave over to a professional, because Jesus, they went to a 4-year school and got the MD, PhD, blah, blah, blah. And what do I know, right? And that is how I stay medicated for so long. And it still gives me, ooh, to say that, to admit that, because there was, and there's still a little bit of self-consciousness and shame about having wasted so much of my life, blah, 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 where I was just so divorced from myself. And I thought, oh my God. And I realized as I speak with many other healers, it's like, holy Moses, how many of us who are so gifted were wrongly diagnosed and medicated instead of being acknowledged for the wisdom we have, for the gift we have, for the gift that we are, for the amazing power we have, that in everyday language, there just isn't a place to speak about that. And sadly, the in popular culture, the way people speak about these gifts is like voodoo. It's such a put down, right? Voodoo, you're a voodoo witch, or
My kids still don't know how to explain what mommy does. And they're 11 and 16. So I get it. I get it. So I'm like, why can't you tell people that I help, people with pain? And so, of course, then their teachers or whoever is saying, "Oh, is your mom a doctor?" And she's like, "No." And then the funniest thing was one of her teachers, it was a social studies teacher, and they decided to put my website and everything up in front of the class and one of my healings up. And as I'm doing my healings, I'm into it, right? I'm being guided by my guide team. I'm not paying attention to how my hands are moving or what I'm chanting or what language I'm speaking, right? And it was funny because they're like, "Oh, so your mom does voodoo." And I'm like, you know what? You can't really explain. Um, you can't. I mean, you could. There is a way, and but it's hard for people to understand that concept that we're all energy. I mean, you believe it, there's all these people who believe in Jesus, right? He was a healer, right? He was a healer, but yet he went through so much as a healer. I mean, he if he went out and said, "Yeah, I'm a healer," nobody believed him, right? Nobody believed that he had the magic to heal, and he was crucified, right? So he wasn't believed, and I guess it still continues. But now, after his death and everything, when he resurrected, I mean, people now believe, oh, he was the son of God, right? So, what do we have to do to help people understand that, you know what? Energy is, energy medicine, energy healing. We're here to help you because we work through those divine energies, right? And the reason we can do that is because we have connected to that energy, to that frequency and vibration. Whereas
Yes,
they
yes.
haven't tapped into that. And you know what? And that even takes some work to tap into that, right, Grace? It takes a lot of self care, number one, and
Yeah.
meditation, and just going within and seeing what junk you're carrying, right? Which,
Yeah.
I mean, that's why we have all these diseases. That's why we have all this stuff that shows up in our body, because it's a way of expression, of saying, hey, I'm here. I need some healing. Our body is saying that listen to me. But because we're so busy, and I just do not like that word at all, I'm so busy, right? But because we're so busy, that we don't have time for ourselves, is what we're basically saying, right?
Mhm.
And so, one of the things that you're tapping into is back pain lately, right? You're seeing so much more of that. Can you tell us a little bit more about what you're seeing, what you're sensing? Tell us a little bit more about your intuitive hits on back pain.
Yeah, for the longest time, I just know that our bones being more dense than the rest of the body, I feel like it holds issues that have been with us for a longer amount of time. And recently, the science has come out to say that yes, our bones, our whole body reacts to stress. And bone density is more related to stress, the amount of cortisol in your body that creates this phosphoric acid or whatever that literally dissolves bone. So it's not about menopause. And this is why it's so important to have a woman's voice in healing because, well, when you leave it to the man, it's a mess.
Oops, sorry, guys.
And so, sorry, guys. And so because they look for very rational explanations in science, right? Because science
They are
always,
very analytical. Yes.
yeah, and I used to be just like that too, and I used to be so analytical and sciencey that I dismiss my own knowing too. So it took some time, and it's like in so many ways it's so intuitive to realize, wow, bone is a thicker, more dense tissue than blood and skin, blah blah blah. So it would be holding stuff
Yeah.
that um, heavier stuff and more dense stuff and stuff that has been hurting you for a longer amount of time. And when I start helping people to release all the criticism, all the stresses, all the different stressors in life, relationship, money, this and that, then all the karmic stuff show up too. I'm like, yeah, this is going further. It's more serious than just everyday stress. It's karmic stuff.
Mm.
It's intergenerational stuff. And then it's also stuff that we pick up on because fetuses pick up on what their mothers go through, not to blame it on moms. It's not easy being a mom, being a woman, carrying pregnancies. When you're in a stressful relationship, you still have to go to work and make your relationship work. There's nothing easy about that stage of life or any stage of life for a woman. So, of course, the fetuses and their in utero development picks up on what mom is going through. That is just part of it. You get you get nutrients through your mom, you get a lot of other things too, the good stuff as well as all the stressors of life. And it's like, in what culture can a woman just have a happy, amazing, stress-free pregnancy? Like, what planet do we have to go to make that happen?
Right, exactly. I don't know. You know what? My first pregnancy, I'll tell you, it was very, very difficult. I actually delivered my child, my first child, very early, 2 months early. About she was born, she was supposed to be an October baby. I went into emergency labor all by myself, and I was in another town. My husband, we were still in North Carolina. I lived in well, I had gone for a job, some testing that I had to do. um, and I had just gotten a job. And so I had left and gone to Charlotte. And at that time, we were living in Raleigh, Durham area. So that's about 2.5 hours away, right? And all of a sudden, 12 o'clock strikes. It's like Cinderella's, pumpkin. Well, my little pumpkin decided she needed to come out. And so at 12 o'clock, I start getting these aches and pains. And by the time I got to the hospital at 3 o'clock, I was already 6 centimeters dilated. She was ready to come out. And she wasn't supposed to be born until October, till the middle of October. And it was now August 15th, well, August 14th. But
Mighty little Leos. Yeah, good for her.
but I'll never forget that, that moment and that time and the stress. But and moms are strong and they are going through tough times, and we can't always blame, all of our stuff on the moms, because we don't understand what they're going through. Unless it's intentional, right? I don't feel like I can blame myself for what had happened, And yeah, I
Exactly.
didn't realize that everything impacts the baby. And I don't think a lot of people do until they come to do the spiritual work, and recognize that. I mean, my mom would always tell me, people, make sure you listen to good stuff, positive things, and, pray to God and this and that. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And all I did was drink Dr. Pepper and watch TV. And, I mean, but I was looking for a job, and yeah, that's stressful, you know? And so maybe did that impact the baby? I don't know. I don't know, but she was a preemie, and she turned out, just wonderful and beautiful and healthy. And we'll see. We'll see over time how she grows, and how much she blames me for. What she blames me for.
No, I think she chose a wonderful mom. And I think that all the healing you're doing for her and for yourself is
Yeah,
amazing, because sometimes there just needs to be a little bit of acknowledgement about what went on. And when that is being acknowledged, then the pain and everything just softens and releases.
it does. You're right. Awareness and acknowledgement. You're very right.
Yeah. And sometimes healing the toughest issues just requires that gentle space of awareness and allowing and compassion. And I find more and more that it's not amazing, really out there tools that are healing. It always comes back to the simplest things that each and every person is already able to do. Because when you think about it, I mean, I look at the animal kingdom, the dogs, the cats, and horses, and lions, and fishes. They all have a way of surviving, and a way of knowing, and a way of knowing what plants are good for them, and what to do for their wounds. I mean, I was so amazed when I think it was in an anthropology class where I was studying how orangutans know which herbs to use, what is medicinal to them. And I'm like, holy Moses, wow. And in every, I'm going to say older tradition across Europe, Asia, Africa, every continent, there's a tradition of plant medicine because people intuitively knew what's around them that supports life.
Well, Ayurveda is a
Mhm.
5,000-year-old um, medicine, I like to call it. And it's all plant based, it's food based, it is herb based, and basically giving your body that opportunity to heal on its own. But you have to understand what's stuck in the tissues and the muscles and really go deep, you know. And I feel like the animals, they already know about this, right? And the one thing that you brought up, animals know this, but how do they know this, right? And it's like they know it because they don't bombard their nervous system like we do, right? I
Mhm.
mean, think how pure their nervous system is. Do they put crappy food in their body? Do they take on emotions? And you know, I just watch my dog each and every day, and it's beautiful. The reason we love our animals is because they have that unconditional love, and they have that purity about them. And there's their nervous system is so pure, and you could feel it if you really tap into their brain and their nervous system, which is part of, the brain is part of the nervous system. But ours could be that way too. They have the most powerful nervous system, and we do too, except
Mhm.
we haven't tapped into that, right? So I know Diane says surrender to how to win the game, not lose. Fatima says, Diane, very true. I have no problem with acceptance and allowing stages, but really struggle with surrender. There's a lot of people that we have that are joining us, and I want to thank everyone. Eileen is here. Please do share this out. Betty Boyd is here. She says, Hi, Grace and Deeple. This is my first time listening and watching. Watching Deeple.
Oh,
Welcome,
hello.
sweetheart. Her role model is Mother Teresa.
Oh,
Veronique says her role model is Mother Mira. And Lena says God. Let's see. Carmen says, um, hello, and please help my body. And I know, Grace, you have an amazing, amazing process that we can do. Can we do that now?
sure, absolutely. Okay, so everybody just relax and take a deep breath. And I'm just gonna go from your cervical spine all the way down to your tailbone to release old issues, traumas, karmic stuff. And as I'm releasing this from the cervical spine, the cervical spine innervates all the sense organs. So you may hopefully be able to see better, smell better, hear things better. Yeah. Oh man, neck pain. Here we go, everybody. Anyone and everyone who has ever had whiplash, neck pain, and if you have someone who's a pain in your neck and they literally leave an imprint there, let's release all that now. And then as we go down to the lower part of the cervical spine and touching the thoracic spine, we're gonna go release stuff in the shoulders and arms because it's so related. Oh, oh. And now the thoracic spine, I'm gonna do the first third, and that's all related to our heart and breathing. Oh, now the midsection, that's related to stomach, spleen, pancreas. Oh, yeah. Oh. And it's also about, really having the emotional support behind your back. Now the lower part of the thoracic spine. So Oh, kidneys, bladder. Oh, so this is T9 to T12. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. And this is a part where we have a lot of past life stuff here too. The kidneys being the space for UNG, which is original DNA, so intergenerational issues. We're going to release some intergenerational issues. Oh no, lumbar spine. So pelvic organs, colon. Lord, fantastic. Oh, and of course, that really affects your biome also. So, yeah, here we go. Lumbar spine, sacrum, and tailbone. And the tailbone, as you all know, just holds a lot of past life stuff for people, only releasing that which you no longer need. Because there's good past life stuff that support you to know good things. Where old stuff. And I know that most of you who are with us today, you are all such gifted, intuitive, and empathic people that as empaths, we have to be extra careful about not picking up on other people's issues. So if you've been around someone, if you've been in relationships where you are the one who is doing all the healing, let's release that from your bones, from your skeletal system, all the criticism that you internalize. Oh, oh. All the burdens that you put on yourself that are not yours. Dear God, why do we do that? Oh, yeah. And Depop, I know that there's people who are asking, like, I wonder what Depop would do for this because they want to make good use of both of us. So now you get to be used. No, I'm just kidding.
I think you did a wonderful job. I mean, I was releasing, I was like yawning, and I'm like, wow, I didn't think I really was carrying anything. But, I think that's a lot of us thinking that, oh no, I'm perfectly fine. And, but we're not. There's always something that we're holding on to that we may not be aware of consciously because we're so programmed in our subconscious mind that we don't ever really tap into. So this was really beautiful, Grace. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, you're so very welcome. Yes.
Beautiful. I'm just going to see, guys, if you would like to share with us how you're feeling, because I feel great. And so we would love to hear. I see a lot of hearts going up, and please do share with us how your body is feeling right now. I know you guys wanted some healing for certain things. However, this energy is going to go wherever it needs to. Okay, so even though we're working on the back, the lumbar, parts of the spine, but this energy will go wherever your body needs it the most. So do tell us, do share with us exactly what's happening right now to your body. We would love to hear. I mean, I just hear see lots of thumbs up. So I'm assuming either people are in their meditative state and they're still zonked out, or they fell asleep or something, you know. So hello, Lori, welcome, welcome. So do share this out. We would love for everyone to share this beautiful process that Grace shared with us today. Um, Betty says, breathing better now. You know what? That's interesting. She said that because I felt the same way. Like my sinuses just kind of opened up. And I was like, wow, um, I can actually breathe better. It felt really good. It was like crisp, clear air going through my nostrils, you know, and it was cool feeling. So Lena says, feeling very good, yawning a lot. Fatima says, feeling so much lighter and I'm breathing much better now. So look at that. Look what happens. Diana says, my body is more open. And just as I had a thought of a family member, I am worried about Grace talks about the release of empaths. Um, I'm not sure exactly what she means by that. Do you, Grace? Uh,
Uh, well, I think what she is thinking that she, being an empath, has been picking up on stuff from a cousin or a relative. And you know, things can only impact us so much, and you always have divine sovereignty, right? So it isn't like other people have control over you if you're an empath. If you're conscious of the fact that you're an empath, you can just bring yourself back to your body, release all the guilt that's put on us. Okay, so everybody has a little bit of this guilt about not taking care of the underdog, not taking care of other people who need help. And I had to learn this the hard way, that sometimes when I'm over helping people, I am hurting them. And that was like, oh my God. I'm like, oh my God, I did not mean to. I'm so sorry. Over helping people is a way of telling them that they can't do it themselves, that they are somehow lesser than you, and that they need your help. And it's such an ego trip. And I did not know that until it was pointed out to me. And it's like, ouch, it was painful to begin with because that's not what my intention is. Because we're always told to help other people, right? Growing up, every single one of us, I think most of us were told, help people who need help, help elderly people, help the younger people, help people who are sick, help people who may not um, be all there. You know? So it was so well taught in me to be there for other people, to help other people, because you want them to be there for you when you're sick, blah, blah, blah. I had no idea that just being there to help other people, sometimes those who ask, yes, sometimes those who don't. And I thought, but I'm intuitive. I know that they need me, whatever. Oh my God. That I did not know is egoic, and it's one of the worst things you can do to other people because it takes away their power of choice, takes away their motivation to help themselves, takes away the identity. You're saying they're victim, they need help. So then I realized, oh my God, it's not of my business how people deal with the problems. It's not my place to solve them. Oh, then I'm relieved. I'm like, I'm so relieved. Okay. I have no intention of weakening other people. I have no intention of being this, I know better because I'm intuitive, that sort of thing. That egoic setup has to go. So I'm like, oh my God, I have to admit it. Yeah.
No, I get it. And Diana, sorry, said exactly what I meant, Grace. Thanks. So I'm still in meditative state. So I was like, I don't know, you better take this question. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I'm still like, I don't know. I'm still integrating the energy. So I just love it. So, Gerard is saying, Ellie is saying yawning and feeling my neck and shoulders and feeling lighter. Chun is saying yawning and wow, my back felt lighter. Robin is saying grace, so profound. So I am so happy to have Grace here with us today. And guys, share this out. The more you share, the more we can get everybody's backs,
Oh,
nice
that's a
and healthy and
beautiful way to put it.
strong,
Yeah.
and get them the strength that they need. So thank you for joining us today and allow these beautiful energies that Grace presented us with today to integrate within your body. And please do share this out, like I said, so that you can have a chance to win a 20-minute session, and one other person will win a free MP3. You can also go to my website at Ananda, the number 4, life.com, and find a whole shop of MP3s. There's like 120 of them. So do go shopping. It's always fun. There is also an opportunity if you do not know about this and if you want to become a medical intuitive. My online medical intuitive program is open now and it is on sale. So take a look at the mentorship program. It is level 1 and take advantage of it now because the prices will go up very soon. So I just put it online. It's a self-paced program. And I know many of you had emailed me wanting to know more about a mentorship and medical intuitive program. Well, I have one for you now, and you could go at your own pace. And so do check that out under the shop link at Ananda, ANANDA, the number 4 life.com. And what I will also do is put it here in the comments. Okay, so be sure to check that out. And if you have any questions, you can always connect with me. Okay. Grace, is there anything you wanted to add?
Uh, yeah, be gentle and be kind to yourself because I am so grateful that you're all here and I'm so grateful that I get to be on your show because I think as we all come together to release all this stuff, we're not just doing it for ourselves. Each and every one of us, we are connected to other women and men, the women and men in our lives. They entrain to our energy, and by in training to our energy, we become like the tuning fork for for them to become well as well. So it's our presence that heals, and the more present we are in our body, the more powerful our healing gifts. That's every single one of us. And how amazing that we get to connect like this and create this beautiful morphic field of energy that allows more and more people to tap into self-healing. So there's many people who are being healed in your lives that may not even know, right? So don't ever feel like you need to do more for others or you need to help this person more, help that person more. I really see now that how healing ourselves, changing our energy, being really present with what's going on in our own bodies allows us to be a more and more powerful tuning fork for healing, for compassion, for being the energy of love in the world that heals. So I so appreciate that you invited me here because that allows us to create a much more powerful morphic field of energy than if I just did it on my own, you know what I mean? So that's super fabulous that amazing people are participating. So thank you everybody for participating. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hmm.
So if you don't mind sharing out while I'm just gonna kind of
So
if you don't mind sharing out while I'm just gonna kind of So if you don't mind sharing out while I'm just gonna kind of